Hello guys and welcome to Different Russia channel. Today I invite you for a small walk in Moscow. We will go to the Moscow neighborhood, which is very typical. It is located not far from Rostokino train station, that is MCK, Moscow Central Circle, and we will walk with you somewhere here. At the moment you can see the train, that is MCK, Moscow Central Circle, rather new and fast transport of Moscow. And here is one of the stations. And this station is one of the big advantages of this neighborhood. A lot of people in Moscow do not have cars. They rent them or go by such scooters. As you see at the moment, the young man is driving the scooter. So here they are called samokаты. So some people go by taxi, a lot of people go by public transport, but to have a car, that is rather difficult in Moscow, because you will be standing constantly in traffic jams. You will be thinking about the parking, because in Moscow, especially in the center of Moscow, parking is usually not free, and it is difficult to find the place where to park. But the advantage of this neighborhood, they have a good transport system. MCK station is close to this place, approximately 200 meters from here. And also here such a quiet life in this neighborhood, like we have in small towns of Moscow region. Such neighborhoods are called спальные районы. I don't know how to translate it. Here you have all the advantages of living in Moscow, but in the same time you have some, I don't know, some quiet life. Some quiet life, because Moscow, that is constantly running somewhere. A lot of people, a lot of cars, a lot of noise. But here you live as if in a small town. The bus stop, the scooter. A lot of new rules appeared because of these scooters, because of the accidents. And these days not so many people going by such scooters as a few years ago. I don't know why. Now these days some small but very noisy bikes are very popular with teenagers. They are called here pit bikes. They are very small but very noisy. So but as for such scooters, a lot of people use such scooters to get from the train, for example, to the office, if that takes 10-15 minutes. So such fast trips were very profitable. So, but as for the weather here, such transport as scooters or bikes or motorbikes or bicycles, they are very seasonal, maybe 3-4 months a year. But during the winter time people do not drive here by bikes, because cold and lots of snow. But as for delivery, they use bikes even during the winter times, winter months. The entrance to many schools now are under control. Some time ago everyone could enter the school building. Now the security everywhere. And I think that is good. That is not right that everyone can enter the school building, for example, or the hospital as it was several years ago. Now security at the entrance, and I think there's a school. So we are walking along Bazhova Street in case you would like to follow us on the map. And soon will be the small park. In Perestroika times, a lot of names of shops, of I don't know, of some organizations appeared on the facades of the building, and that was very difficult to watch such advertisements, to watch such bright names. Some construction here. I think they prepare for the cold season and they change the pipes. The small 5-story building and many-story building behind. I think that is what will be soon in my neighborhood where I live. And we are entering the small park. Lots of place for kids to run. But today is Tuesday and a lot of kids, of course, at school, at kindergartens, parents at work, and the noisy construction over there that produces noise. So not very many people at the moment, but what is cool, here a lot of people with animals, with dogs, with cats. So they go for walks, and that is very good to have such a park next to your house, because usually in Moscow it's a problem to go for a walk with animals, especially in the center of Moscow. So, but here in such neighborhoods that is not a problem. That is like, I don't know, the frame with the painting. The park, as I have told you, named after Bazhov. And Bazhov was a very popular fairy tale writer. And here, as you can see, it looks like the easel. The easel, and over here, the illustration from Bazhov's fairy tales. Серебряная копытце. That is, looks like metal because it is very cold. Yeah, I think it's metal. Very lovely. Here will be a few such easels, a few such monuments. I will show them to you. The second one over here. And here is the name, Каменный цветок, the stone flower. It blinks, but well. Yeah, also very cold, and I think it's some kind of metal. And one more over here, Хозяйка Медной горы. Hope you can see something because it blinks on the screen. Usually in such parks, in the evening, some performances or some musicians are playing. But even now, I have to admit, a lot of moms with prams, with small kids. Very lovely place to put the bike for the small bicycles. So over there, guys, the church. We will go there with you. So, but as for the park, I think that is all. It's not big, but very cozy and very lovely to have a walk here during such a warm September day. And such many storied buildings. So usually the apartments that have the view to such greenery, to such parks, they are more expensive, so you pay for the view from the window. But over here you can see also the small buildings are left. Usually 5-storied buildings, that is, well, almost nowhere in Moscow, because now even 9-storied buildings are under demolition in many districts. And as for 5-storied buildings, that is, well, very seldom situation that you can see them.